Hi babies, welcome back to Monday's episode where we are going to be talking about the gag reflex. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you several different tips to help condition yourself to avoid that gag reflex. Because let's face it, when it comes to sucking dick, it isn't so easy. For starters, they come in all different shapes, sizes, flavors, and your partner also comes in different flavors too. But know this, if you gag going down on your man, that is perfectly normal. It's your body's natural response to gag on something when it has been placed in your throat or just in your mouth. Now, we all have different tolerances, especially when we're changing partners or depending on the day. One day you might gag at the sight or the touch or the second that it hits your mouth. And then the next day, you might be a throat goat. But there are many factors that actually navigate this, like how aroused or how turned on you are, your mood, what you ate, and how relaxed you are. But why does your partner find it so hot when we are choking on it, or even making this sound like we're choking? And the mainstream porn industry might have something to do with it. But it doesn't really matter why certain things turn us on and why some things just don't. When it comes to desire, it can't always be explained. One thing that we do know is that the gag reflex is doing its job to protect you from choking. You might not be able to turn it on and off, but there are plenty of ways to get more comfortable while respecting your limits and your desires at the same time. So the first rule I want to hit is don't give a blowjob if you don't want to give one. Now, this might seem obvious, however, unfortunately, it's not. There are partners out there that coerce you into doing it, that put pressure on you, and some might even force it. But none of this is even remotely okay. There is nowhere stating that it's mandatory and you have to perform oral on your partner when they want it, or in general. So you don't have to suck them off every time you have sex. And you don't have to suck it at all if you don't feel like sucking it. Never push yourself beyond your limits. Always do something that feels like a full body fuck yes. The second one I want to add in is practice makes perfect, or practice will help get you there. Practice on a dildo, a banana, a cucumber, an eggplant, anything really that resembles the same shape. Or you can even use your fingers. Practice on something that's an inanimate object, something that isn't gonna give you force back. Then that way you all know that there's zero pressure in the situation. Simply just place the clean item or your hands into your mouth and slowly start to insert all the way back and figure out where that gag reflex really starts. Hold the dildo or your fingers in the exact same place that the gag reflex takes off and wait for it to slowly come down. See how long you can stand it. Focus on your breath, and then over time, you may actually get used to the sensation or figure out a way to bring it back down. Then you can add some back and forth motion, taking your practice session to the next level. One really good tip that I am gonna give to you is don't be focused so much on the pressure of your lips around the penis, but just keep them lightly wrapped around. Let your lips fall open, allowing your throat to open more. You need to learn how to breathe. So if you have nose congestion, this might not be the move for you. Now, when it comes to breath work, we always think, oh my gosh, I breathe all the time, every day. But these are conscious breaths. And when you have something in your mouth and in your throat, that gives us another thing to navigate around. So sure, we can all breathe some way or another, but breathing properly is where it's truly at. It's really important that you're inhaling and exhaling through your nose. This is gonna prevent you from gagging. You might get a peak of anxiety for a little bit until this type of breath becomes more normal to you, but just try to calm the nerves and the anxiety around choking and puking, because it's not gonna happen. And if there is a little bit of puke, well, sex can be messy sometimes. So you learned your lesson that way, and that's just a little bit too far for you today. But our goal here is to avoid that. So breathe. There's nothing wrong with pulling back and then going back again. The next one I want to talk about is understand that the deep throating method isn't for everybody. I do, however, fully understand the pressure behind your partner wanting you to deep throat. But there's no need to intimidate somebody into doing this. Newsflash, a lot of women actually can't deep throat. Practice or no practice, you can still give mind-blowing oral. The fourth tip that I want to add in is don't be afraid to use your hands. As we know, when we are giving regular blowjobs, we are normally incorporating our mouth and our hands together. This can be incredibly delicious for our partners. Try to focus your mouth and your tongue on the head of the penis, and then your hands go on the shaft. This is gonna allow you to control the depth of how deep the penis is actually going in. But it will also provide them that extra arousal and that extra stimulation coming from your hands. Get everything nice and wet with your spit. Stroke them and match the rhythm that you're doing with your hands with your mouth. And hey, you might get a little crazy and start playing with his balls or his taint. Now, before I talk to you guys about the last 2 tips, I want to take a second to talk about a company that I teamed up with called Wisp. They have designed this Oh My God cream, and let me tell you, it makes you say, oh my God, every single time. So what is the Oh My God cream? Well, it's actually a topical Viagra that vulva owners can use, applying a pea-sized amount onto their clitoris and their labias and vaginal opening, keeping everything on the external aspect of the vulva. What the Oh My God cream does is it brings extra blood flow to the area, making everything super sensitive and nice and aroused. So if you have problems with pain on the onset of sex, vaginal lubrication, a difficult time becoming aroused, or maybe you just want to experience another level of a mind-blowing orgasm, then the Oh My God cream is definitely meant for you. And one of the amazing things about Wisp that nobody else has done is they've actually included a natural component, which is peppermint, which is going to be a little bit more invigorating and stimulating. The great thing is Wisp allows you to connect with a doctor today, all online, making it fast, easy, and accessible with the same day pickup or free shipping. Now, because I love the Oh My God cream so much, I've actually attached a link down below where you can enter in the code Miranda15 to receive 15% off your Wisp purchase. I can't wait for you guys to be saying oh my God over and over and over again. Now, when it comes to deep throating, obviously positioning is very, very, very important, and it's important for you to figure out which way your partner's curve is and how you can actually incorporate getting it all the way down if that's your goal. Now, for me, one of the easiest positions to deep throat in is actually having your head hang off the bed. So laying flat on your back, you're going to lay your head back like so. This allows your throat to be straight and easier to penetrate. The guy stands behind you and slowly inserts deeper and deeper inside of your mouth. In this position, you're generally relaxed enough to let it slowly come all the way in. That being said, you do have a little bit less control in this position. So trust and communication is definitely gonna be key. Now, if you're wanting something that gives you the ball in your court a little bit more, try your partner laying flat on their back and then you giving them oral facing their toes. So you're positioned on the side of their hip. So yes, your booty hole is gonna be exposed and all your other goodies too. But this way it at least allows you to be in control by pulling your head back. And last but definitely not the least important is to actually take it slow. In mainstream, we always see this fast, rapid movement. But I'm telling you right now, that's actually not how it goes down. That's almost a guaranteed invitation to take you to Gagsville. Try moving your head less, spending more time sucking, licking, and kissing, and stroking with your hands. Sometimes less is really more. The bottom line is giving a great blowjob is similar to having great sex. It's all about strong communication and trust with your partner or your fling. Once you've got that down, everything just flows nice and seamlessly. So if you have that blowjob anxiety, I suggest talking about it with your partner. If they're right for you, that communication will be grounding and will help dim some of that anxiety that you might be having. If you do end up gagging, choking, or puking, approach it with humor. That's the best way to do it. Don't panic. Hopefully your partner will react the exact same way. Y'all can do the cleanup together and get back to business. Or maybe settle for some aftercare. Whatever that looks like for you. All right, babies. I hope that everything that I taught you in this video is gonna help you relax your gag reflex and become better at controlling it. All right, babies. Cheers, and I will see you then.